Welcome, fans, to a special episode of Rangers Ed. We're here to recap the Stadium Series weekend. What a weekend it was, dude. Wow. Like, just insane, that game. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. I don't even know what to start. This is your host, Cousin Ed. I'm here with my co-host, Little Ed. What's up, bud?
Oh, man, you said it best. It was just incredible from start to finish. A little worrisome in the beginning, but obviously our boys took care of business, and here we are. The walk out of MetLife could have been a lot worse. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and what a performance by Little Ed and Sean over at Hockey Night in New York. What a tailgate you guys threw. That was unbelievable. I felt like a celebrity half the time. The other half, people didn't really know who I was. They're like, "Oh, you're the other guy." But I felt like, and Coach Ed on the grill. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover there. But shout out to Little Ed. Did a lot of the work for that, along with Sean from Hockey Night in New York. Coach Ed, you recovered from that grill yet?
Big weekend. Started off Friday night, Stony Brook Seawolves guaranteed the #1 bid in playoffs, and we get the national invite to the national bid, which was a very exciting thing. Then Saturday night, I was pretty irrelevant on the ice, but I was still skating around. And then that game Sunday, the tailgate, the whole thing just all came together. A lot of work. Eddie put in a ton of work.
Yeah,
Sean, a ton of work, the bus coordination, everything. What a mob scene. It was great.
unbelievable.
Yeah, all the fans kept thanking us for putting it together, but I just wanted to thank all of the fans for giving us the opportunity to put it together. Without you guys buying the tickets and just giving us all the support and coming out, and me and Sean just kept adding people to the guest list. Like we didn't know what to do half the time. Everyone just kept messaging us and just wanting to come, and it was a humbling experience, and we were truly taken back by how much support we had. So yeah, like I said, thank you all for coming. We can't do it without you guys, or we wouldn't do it without you guys. So more support, more events we'll put on like that. And yeah, so thank you all the fans for just coming out and showing us that you are actually fans and enjoy our company and all that good stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Mikey Produces is with us today. He wasn't with us this weekend, but he watched from his home in sunny Jacksonville, Florida, and saw the game. I'm sure he had the anxiety we had. What's up, Mikey?
What's going on, fellas? Super big FOMO going on all weekend. But I could only imagine how it was being there live, because my reactions just watching from the TV screen was unreal. So
yeah, dude. The FOMO is real with these events. I was glad I was able to make this one. I'm usually feeling it. So you were missed, but it was a really good time. And let's just start with the tailgate. I mean, we got to shout out everyone who went, like, just real quick. I mean, let's start with the sponsors. Oscar was there with his boys, and the Suter sisters came. I got to meet them in person. That was the first time I met them in person.
Me too.
Super nice. Thank you for they recognized me, and I was like, wait, like, oh, it's you guys. Like, it's first time meeting, but awesome to hang out with them. And they brought all those cookies, and
I told them today. I put out those cookies. I turned my back. I looked back, and they were all gone.
I didn't even see them.
A few of the ice skate cookies were left, and like the ice rink, whatever. But all the jersey ones wiped out in like 30 seconds. Like, it was wild.
Sorry, she made me a special Heedle one. So
she'll make us more if we want, but I'm glad the fans got a taste. And if anyone didn't open them yet, there are QR codes on the back, so definitely check them out. And that's part of the reason why they gave the cookies out, so you guys could order your own also. So definitely just wanted to shout them out. Mikey just put up the promo code and the website up there for you guys, so definitely check those guys out.
Yeah, and if you were lucky enough to pick up a Stadium Series jersey and it's blank like mine, make sure you hit up Oscar. Oscar will take care of you and put on whoever you want, really. Make your pick from the game, and as long as you don't have a jersey curse like me, I got to get approval before I pick a player. We've been throwing around some choices, but
I have 2 blank 54s available in Rangers, and then a 52 and a 54 in Islanders available for sale. So if you guys are interested, shoot me a message.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to them, and also our friends from Europe. We got to shout out them. I mean,
Sebastian from Germany, unbelievable, super nice guy,
all the way from Germany.
Great guy,
amazing. Yeah, super nice.
Yeah. He was happy to enjoy some American or Canadian beer. Got a break from the Becks, right, Coach?
Yeah, talked about the
he
Becks.
enjoyed some nice American burgers. He was very happy about that. He loved the burgers, courtesy of Coach Ed. So
2 burgers. He had 2 burgers.
He had. All right, 2 burgers out of the 125 served this weekend, or this
And a hot dog, and 1 hot dog out of the 118 served.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's Coach Ed numbers right there.
There were so many people there. I mean, we could spend the whole episode just shouting people out. You know, Joey was there, the historian. You guys have heard us mention him. Saw him there. You know, I just endless people. So thank you, everybody. If we missed you and call you out by name.
How about that spread put out by Blue Line Deli? You got to shout them out.
That's what I was going to go to next. Blue Line Deli supplied all the food. They're typically an Islanders themed deli, but they went out of their way to give us some blue and red Rangers bagels. So that was very nice. He didn't have to do that. He said it was difficult to do. So thank you very much for going out of your way to do that. Yeah, what else did they have? The 4-foot heroes, macaroni salad, coleslaw, potato salad, other side salads, like black and white cookies, but it was red and blue and orange, and muffins and you name it, man. All the food. So check them out. Blue Line Deli, super generous. They're not one of our sponsors yet, but they are a sponsor of Hockey Night in New York. So this is a free ad for them. Delicious food. We had some leftovers. Lindsay and I ate a lot of it last night. I'm sure Coach Ed is still trying to get through some of it.
I'm
delicious
taking
food.
Through
Coach Ed, cousin Ed brought some bagels over to Rihanna. So it's just unbelievable. Super nice, like I said, generous. And he was thanking us for giving him the opportunity, which is super unnecessary. It was very generous and unbelievable of him to do. Everything was very well prepared professionally in the containers, full display.
Don't forget the cream cheese spread that
the cream cheese.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Should we take the cream cheese? Where am I going to put the cream?
3 types of cream cheese, jellies for the bagels, you name it.
Cream cheese for a month.
So professionally done.
He spared no cost, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
He hooked us up with the paper plates, the silverware. We didn't have to go buy that, so it was just all taken care of at Blue Line Deli. On top of obviously the burgers and dogs taken care of by Coach Ed on the grill. So everyone was well taken care of in that aspect, no doubt.
For sure, man. For sure. We had a nice fire going. Coach Ed brought the ring. We had a fire going, right? Dude, that fire pit saved everybody. It was so cold.
Oh my God. Everybody
Coach
loved
was just saying it wasn't that bad.
No, I was freezing. I don't know about the New Yorkers.
It wasn't that bad, Mike.
I've been in Miami since 2011, Mikey. I was freezing. And I left my winter jacket at Coach Ed's house because in the morning we had to stop there. I had to pack up my hockey equipment into a suitcase. So I took my jacket off to load everything up, and it wasn't that bad out. So I just went outside without realizing I needed my jacket. And then by the time we pull into East Rutherford, I get out of the car, and I'm like, oh, my God, like, where's my jacket?
I honestly, I saw you, moseying around my dad's house without a jacket. I was like, why is he not wearing a jacket right now? But, we were just doing a million things. I wasn't going to say anything. And
right.
You forgot your jacket. I was like, oh my God, he's walking around outside with a t-shirt on. I didn't even think of it.
But Oscar came through. He brought me a jacket. That's why you guys see me with that brown jacket in the videos and pictures. That's Oscar's jacket. So
Oscar pulled through with the extra firewood too. Picked up some more firewood for us.
Oh yeah, that was huge. That was huge for the
fire pit. Was a hot spot. Everyone was crowded around the fire pit. They were really enjoying it. You know, it was good.
It made a nice little shadow too with the Rangers emblem and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Some cool
and the grill was some heat too. I was hanging with Coach Ed by the grill just to get warm. Like, do you need more buns?
Shout out to Bad Boy 63, the tailgating grill hooked up to the back of Coach Ed's work truck.
Dude, how funny was it driving behind him, and the whole time we're like, is he gonna get pulled over with this license plate?
Yeah, we won't. Yeah,
forget that. The GPS on the way home takes me through the Lincoln Tunnel. And there's multiple signs saying no hazardous materials, and there's a picture of a propane tank on the sign.
God,
and I'm in the line for the toll. I'm like, oh my God.
So guys, Coach Ed gets this grill from a friend, and there's an old New York license plate, Bad Boy 63, on the grill. So the grill hooks up to the hitch of the pickup. And then there's a license plate there, but that license plate is not an
not registered. License. Yeah, it's not
registered anywhere. So he's driving with his license plate blocked by the grill, and then this fake license plate on the back of the grill. So if any cop ran that plate, they'd be like, "This is not a registered vehicle." It was really funny. It was really funny. And then didn't you someone got behind you? You thought they were going to pull you over. You called us.
Yeah,
Port
going
Authority
right
vehicle.
over the GW bridge, right by the GW bridge. A Port Authority car pulls up behind me. I'm like,
yeah, I'm supposed to be following Coach Ed right behind him, and Cousin Ed and I were just like bullshitting, probably talking about the game or something. And all of a sudden, I look up. I'm like, "Where did Bad Boy go?" I'm like, "Oh shit, he's going down the lower level. We're up the upper level."
Yeah, well, he's like, "Follow me."
Reconvene. Yeah.
He goes, "Follow me," and then he's weaving in and out of traffic
with a tailgate grill hanging off the back,
grill bouncing off the back of the pickup.
Well, we did our part. We got there at 9:30, and we had to wait a half an hour for the gates to open so we get the prime spot. So we did our part. We left right on schedule.
Well, the fans loved the grill. Coach Ed, like I said, he was on the grill from pretty much 10:20 until we went into the stadium. I mean, you were on the grill the whole time. So shout out to
I had to throw my stuff in the wash. I cleaned out my truck when I got home.
Oh, probably
it stunk so like bad. Hamburger.
Oh man.
And shout out to Cousin Ed. Kathy said, "Who was your sous chef?" I go, "Cousin Ed was the sous chef. Get more buns, get more this. Should I throw more dogs on you?"
Nice.
Well, everything he would put like 6 hot dogs in the thing in like the tray, and then he'd be like, "All right, should we shut the grill?" And then we'd look over, and the hot dogs are gone. So I'm like, 6 people, 6 hot dogs. It's like 10 cents. I'm like, put more on. Yeah. Everyone just kept eating and eating and eating. So
well, it was a learning experience. Next time we'll be looking for volunteers if anyone wants to man the grill, so Coach Ed can do some more mingling. Well, no, serious. If anyone wants to grill for us or whatever, you'll get free admission at our next event. So hit me a message so Coach Ed doesn't have to sit on the grill.
Yeah, but
6 hours.
Getting back to Cousin Ed's point, everybody's like, "Why'd you volunteer to do the cooking? Do you feel the heat coming off of this thing?"
Yeah,
I was the warmest person around.
Yeah, it was warm. It was warm by the grill for sure. So that was a lot of fun, and it was definitely a learning experience, I think, for us, as a podcast, but it was also, it was just great to hang out and shoot the breeze with everybody too, about the game, about the teams. I spoke to a lot of Islander fans. Everybody was very pleasant. There was a little bit of trash talking, but it was light. It wasn't like a crazy scene or anything. So I want to thank everyone for not, going above and beyond. I'm sure there were fights at the game, but not at our tailgate. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And, it was, I don't want to say like professional, but everybody was nice. Everyone who came was enjoyable to talk to. So
yeah.
You guys did a good job.
Just quick, want to shout out, other than Coach Ed picking up a majority of the alcohol, Oyster Bay Brewing Company gave us a very good deal on some of their like high-end brews. I believe they gave us the American lagers, the honey lager, and of course the Barn Rocker, which is an Islanders beer. But I like
good. The Barn Rockers were good.
Yeah, they're all very good beers. So yeah, definitely check them out. Oyster Bay Brewing Company. If you're on Long Island, they definitely have a location, and hopefully we get a Rangers beer in the works. Wink, wink. But I did talk to the guy, and hopefully we'll get one soon. So
yeah,
he's losing out on half his business by just making an Islanders beer. So I think he's got to kick it the other way too.
That's true. It's probably more than half, if we're being honest.
Well, we saw that prove true at the Stadium Series. It was probably like 65-35 while we're walking in and looking all over the place. A lot more white jerseys than blue jerseys. That's for sure.
That's a little generous, but I thought it was mostly Ranger fans there, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was a lot.
65-35 is generous?
I think so. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It was definitely a lot more Ranger fans. Yeah, with 80,000, it's a lot. It's true. But so let's talk about this. So we finished the tailgate. The game gets delayed, right? So nobody knows. There's rumors 4:30, 3:45, 4:15. Nobody can get an official word.
Not even on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm like, everyone's coming to me like, did you hear anything? I'm like, I wish. Like, I want to, because everyone's like, all right, we're going to go inside. I was like, if you want to go stand in the cold, go ahead. But I don't think the game's going to start for a little while, So, everyone's coming to me for information. I'm going to Twitter and trying to check, and there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. What? So around 3:10, we're like, all right, let's head in, whatever. So
then we finally got the official word 3:45. So
yeah. Oh, right. So 3:45. So we're like, all right, let's go in. It's like 3:10. We figure we got 30, 40 minutes to get to our seat. And when we get to the gates, there's like 8 metal detectors to get into the stadium.
Picture like an apocalypse, like
and about
like a herd of
20,000 people trying to get through those 8 metal detectors.
They
What a
showed
shit
it on
show.
TV. I could only imagine because they showed it and there were like groups, like massive groups at each gate all around the stadium.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
It probably took 45 minutes to get from the metal detectors to our seats. Like it was bad. It was a lot of people. We were so stressed, dude. We're like, come on, the game's starting. I had to watch the first like 5 minutes on my phone of the game.
Yeah, we had the fly over the national anthem. We missed all that. Yeah, that was unfortunate for sure.
They got to fix that.
Never mind that.
80,000 people going into the stadium. Like, come on.
It's like that for football too. The football game when we went, it was brutal.
I mean, it's a very simple fix. I understand, like, everyone's like complaining, like, come on, like, don't even check anybody, just let everyone. Well, that's when shit goes down. So I'm happy they're checking everyone with the metal detectors, but they just have to have more of those.
Yeah.
You know, like they're trying to cut down costs on employees probably, and then you have like 20,000 people funneling into like 8 lanes.
Yeah, and then how effective
they're
emptying, checking, you know, because
they're emptying everyone's pockets, and then if you go off the metal detector, the guy's got to go back through, and then they're not letting the next guy pass. They have to wait for that guy to get through.
Clear.
So it holds up everybody. Yeah, it's crazy. I understand why they do it. They should be doing it.
Then you get these chumps that don't, you know, they forget their phone. Like, oh, I forgot to take my phone out. Sorry.
Right. I almost forgot my key. I had my keys before I walked through, and I like quickly like threw them away at the last second. Otherwise, I would have been that chump.
I don't know. I mean, I go through metal detectors at the courthouse a lot, and sometimes I forget to take things out of my pocket and it doesn't go off, and sometimes it does go off. So I don't even know how effective those things are, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, but
probably depends on how much metal. Who knows? What kind of metal.
It was a complete shit show. But when we got to the seats, somebody was sitting in our seats, so then we had to sit like in a better seat, which was fine. Rangers were up 1-0, and then as soon as we sit down, 1, 2, 3 goals for the Islanders, and we're sitting there like, oh god. You know what? Before we talk about that though, what did you think about playing the goal horn for each team when they scored? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Love that. Yeah,
that was a nice
touch.
Yeah, technically a home game for the Islanders. I heard a lot of complaining about that online. I read a lot of it.
What's the complaint?
The complaint is the Rangers always play on the road in these outdoor games. They count as a road game, so really it hurts the team that's on the road, that is home for the event, because they lose a home game where they'd have more of their fans, quote unquote, right? But the Rangers have a deal. MSG has some kind of contract with the city where they can't play. The Rangers have to play all of their home games at MSG. They cannot break that.
Because Dolan doesn't want to lose out on the revenue.
Yeah, it's some kind of tax issue or something. I don't know. It was a little.
Come on. If the Rangers were the home team and they won, they would have complained. Well, they had the last change. Why are they the home team?
Right. Exactly. So the Islanders
nobody wants to go, and it has nothing to do with the fans at a neutral location.
Yeah.
If anything, they should say they have to have it on Long Island, because my argument or my excuse was like there's a lot more Ranger fans in Manhattan and in New Jersey, so it's easier for them to get to MetLife or whatever. If they have it on Long Island for the Islanders, it might be a little more balanced, but I think it's still going to be heavy Rangers.
It's going to be heavy Rangers.
How it is.
More Ranger fans. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it.
No knock on the Islanders, you know, but they've existed for 50 years. The Rangers have existed for 100. I mean, you're just going to have more fans. It's the way it is. But anyway, so the Islanders are up 3-1. Little Ed never wavered. Never wavered the whole game. It's just sitting there, maybe a couple of like, oh, come on. But no negativity. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. Like
freezing his ass off.
I'm freezing. I'm frustrated. 3-1 after one. What were you thinking, Coach? 3-1 after one.
I thought they had a chance to come back. I didn't think after 4-1 it was as possible. 3-1, I wasn't overly worried. The Rangers have been in that situation. 4-1 was a little tough. It was a tough one to get over.
The bad part about it, or the worrisome part about it, was like they just weren't getting anything going. In the beginning, they were getting outshot like 20-6 or something at one point. I think it was something pretty high, and that's what was worrying me a little bit. I wasn't going to show it because I'm a little bit superstitious and I like to stay positive. And if you start showing the negativity, that's no good. So I like to stay positive. And then they started to get some scoring chances, getting more shots on net. Everyone's yelling shoot, which I don't disagree with in certain circumstances. I mean, I said it to you, cuz like games like this, it's all about getting ugly goals and just firing puck on net, the goalie losing side of the puck, getting glare from the ice.
Because of the outdoor, yeah, true.
Yeah, you just got to get ugly goals, get the puck on net. And that's when the Rangers started to do it and get the traffic in front. And that's how they ended up tying the game with like pulling the goalie. They just got the puck to the net and got the scrums and stuff, you know, like that's how you win in these games. So once I start to see that happening, that's when the momentum started to shift.
Yeah, it started to shift with Trocheck's down 4-1. Trocheck with the goal on the power play, the tip on the Panarin shot. And then another Trocheck goal shortly after that, later in the period. So they go down 4-1 and they score 2 quick goals. The Rangers make it 4-3 after 2. Feeling a little better at 4-3 after 2. And then shout out to the fan sitting next to me at that point who said, next goal wins. And I heard him explaining to his daughter who was with him. I peeked over. It was his daughter. So he's like, next goal wins. If the Islanders score, they're up 5-3. Game's probably over. If the Rangers score, they tie it. They have all the momentum, and they probably win the game. Pretty good insight. But honestly, I don't disagree in that kind of a situation. I'm not putting them down.
I think I said it too. Next goal is huge, you know.
But the Islanders scored. Start the third period, 5-3, a minute 53 into the third. All the momentum at the end of the second, and then bam, they score. Romanov scores, and it's 5-3 Islanders. And the guy goes, damn. Like, I said next goal wins. Damn, he got so mad because he feels like he like manifested a loss at that point. I was laughing. But there, 5-3 in the third, right at the beginning. Little Ed, what did you say?
So I was thinking it. I explained it before. I was thinking it when it was 4-3, but I didn't want to say it similar to that guy because then I knew it when I said it, they were going to go up 5-3, and then we were going to be really worried. So I didn't want that to happen, but I knew it was going to happen. So that's when I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it. And then when it did happen, I said it to both you guys. I was like, the Islanders are going to take a dumb penalty soon, go up on the power play, make it, 5-4. Then they're going to tie it late with the goalie pulled, 6-5 in overtime win. Calling it now. Let's go.
Manifest it. Just completely manifested it.
What happened? Laffy goes down the ice a minute or two later. Mayfield takes a dumb tripping penalty on the one-on-one or whatever. Go on the power play. Zibby scores the one-timer. Or no, that was Kreider, I think. Whatever.
Which one?
Kreider.
On that ensuing power play.
No, Kreider with the tip, and then Zibby.
Yeah, that was the fourth goal, and then then Zibby tied it with the fifth. So yeah, that was a pretty good call by me, I'd say.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So Kreider, Rangers get a power play. It was like 5 minutes to go in the game. They're down two, and they pull the goalie. Right, and the guy, what's his name, shoots it all the way down the ice. They got it. So at that point, what was that? A 6-on? Is it a 5-on-3? Because it was 4. It was 4-on-4.
It was supposed to be a 4-on-3.
It was supposed to be 4-on-3, and they pulled the goalie.
Yeah, yep.
So they had a 5-on-3. Guy shoots it all the way down the ice and misses the empty net. But
oh my god, we had like a perfect line of it too, right?
And I'm like, why
like traveling down the ice.
Why did you pull the goalie? You could just ice it, and then bam, they score. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, we were worried. We were all worried. We were like, it's a little soon. Coach Ed said if it was me, he would have gave him a minute on just like a regular power play, a minute on the 4-on-3, then pull the goalie. So we're all sitting there very anxious, I'm sure, along with about 60,000 other fans. Actually 80,000 because the Islander fans were anxious too, I'm sure. But everyone was thinking the same thing. And they pulled it off, man. They looked good on the 6-on-5 and the 5-on-3 with the extra man, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those decisions. It happened to work out, but if they would have scored on that first one, they would have been questioning Laviolette's decision. Was it too early and so on? It worked out. He turns out to be a genius. His first outdoor game, his first outdoor win, I should say. So it's one of those things. It's a gamble. It's a gamble.
Some coaches are more aggressive than others in certain ways. I mean, you have to. You have to kind of trust that the coach is that if that's what he does, if next time it doesn't work, he's got a reason he's doing it. This time it worked. Next time it might not work, and it is what it is. You just have to accept that he does that. He does it a lot, honestly. He pulls the goalie with power play when they're down. And there must be some kind of analytics behind it. I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has access to the percentages of goals with a pulled goalie versus empty net goals with a pulled goalie on the power play. I'm sure he has those numbers and thinks that he's making the best decision. So it worked out this time. They did it again. Laffy comes out on the ice as the sixth man with 2 minutes to go. Rangers get another power play. Both penalties, Scott Mayfield, by the way. 7 years more of him to endure for Islander fans.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad because with the salary cap going up, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry. Wait, was he?
Get him, coach.
That first penalty was Barzal, sorry, and the second one was Mayfield. So Laffy goes out as the sixth man. Laffy gets in on the forecheck, gets the puck, finds Fox at the top, little dish over to Zibby, one-timer, and in. Game is tied 5-5. We went absolutely insane.
The whole stadium went absolutely insane.
We were everybody was going crazy. It was I think this was, for me, and I've been to quite a few. I think you've been to more outdoor games, so I'm going to be more general. But like, this may have been the most fun live sporting event I've ever been to. Like, just any live sporting event I've ever been to, because the way they won, right, like the devastation early in the game, and then to storm back like that, and the outdoor event, 80,000 people, cold, Islanders, Rangers. I mean, it was fun. It was unbelievable to actually pull that out and just tie it. We were like, got a point. Oh, we got a point. Like, no matter what happened at that point, I think we would have left like, all right, like.
Yeah, they came back. They made it a game. I mean, I was even thinking that when they made it 5-4, I was like, all right, they made it a game at least. Like, it wasn't 4-1. Like,
right.
We'd be singing a much different tune if, like I said before, it would have been a very hard walk out of MetLife if it went a different way. That's for sure.
For sure. Coach,
yeah, I can't disagree with you, man. We saw the overtime at Citi Field too. That was very exciting. But I think this one definitely was more emotional because of the comeback, I think, for sure.
Yeah. Every goal was like, I almost fell like Rose in front of me,
Those stadiums are
a little bit of the beer, a little bit of the, cold, and a little bit of the excitement. Like, you mix all those things together. I literally almost face planted forward like every goal.
Yeah, I didn't drink at all. And I'm like, I don't know how guys go to football games and like tailgate all day long and like waste it. Like, I'm petrified right now. Like, those stadiums are not built right.
Yeah, like Coach has hit me in the back when we scored. I'm like, can you not hit me? I'm like,
yeah, we're like, oh,
like going like this. I'm gonna fall. But just absolutely bonkers. We get to overtime and we're like, come on, I got to win this game. Come on, Also, before we talk about that, we should talk about the setup and the view we had of like what the arena looked like. I think we took some pictures of it, how they had the scoreboard to the right on the top. I thought that was really a nice touch for the overhead view. It looked really nice, with the big blocks. And then they had those street rinks. Right, that was pretty cool. They were playing in
NHL Street. Yeah.
And what did you say about that? The video game situation? Maybe there's a video game coming out.
Well, Mike, maybe they said something on TV. I mean, I remember when we were kids, they had like NFL Street and NBA Street, and it looked like the same logo and the same like font or whatever. So it looked like maybe they might be coming out with an NHL Street video game. I don't know. I thought that'd be sick, like a roller hockey, like outdoor video game. That'd be awesome. Or maybe they're just incorporating it into the current NHL.
But don't say that, because maybe you can coin that and
$1
million idea on your hand.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe they'll incorporate it to the NHL 25. And give
I don't think that's how it works, Mike.
Give Little Ed a character.
I don't think Little Ed could just come out with a video game using the NHL without permission from the NHL.
I manifested the OT win. I don't know if I can manifest the NHL 25.
It would be pretty cool.
Mike, give us the perspective from TV. What was Ray Ferraro bellowing about?
I mean, they were all over the Islanders, obviously after that first period when they scored 3 in a row. Everyone was on Igor. Nobody liked Igor until the end of the game, obviously, when he won. But one thing I will say is the overhead view with like the sky cam that they had going back and forth.
Like the football camera?
Cool. Yeah, that was a really cool perspective to see a hockey game like that. That was definitely something like new, obviously, because you don't get to see that every day. So that was definitely awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't get to watch the broadcast yet, but I plan to, so I'm interested to check that out. But yeah, I mean, what was Ferraro saying at the end when they were coming back? I saw some of the goals, and he sounded a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
He did. I don't. He's definitely not a Ranger fan.
Do you guys know the story behind why he doesn't like the Rangers?
I think we've told it, but tell it again.
So
I know it.
So in like '95, Ferraro was an Islander before that. He wanted to stay in the metropolitan area. He had a family. He didn't want to move, so he signed a free agent deal with the Rangers. I think it was like a 4-year deal or something, whatever it was. He played one season with the Rangers, and then they traded him to Los Angeles. And the Rangers knew that Ferraro wanted to stay in the metropolitan area, so they kind of did him a little dirty. They traded him across the country to LA in a deal. I think it was the Matthias Nordstrom deal for Yari Curry and Marty McSorley. I think it was that trade where Ferraro went to LA. So that's the buzz around. I mean, he's had some quotes in the past about, you know, how that upset him. So he's a professional. So now he says things like, oh, I do it unbiased when I'm analyzing the game and announcing it, but you can hear it.
So obvious.
Yeah,
he did not want to call that overtime goal.
He's worse than Joe Buck he's worse than Joe Buck with New York. It's so obvious.
He was waiting. He was like, I don't know about that call. I don't know. I can't make the call, but he didn't want to say it was a good goal.
Yeah. So let's talk about the goal. So Panarin, right off the face-off, it goes back to Dobson. Dobson chips it. Panarin like knocks it out of the air or whatever it was. I don't know if he picked it off. Drives to the net. One little move, saves Sorokin, rebound, sliding across the ice is Dobson to block it. He does block it, knocks the net off, and then the puck just rolls in on its own momentum from the Panarin shot. We've seen this year against the Rangers. There was a play where a goal counted. I don't remember when it was, but earlier in the year, if you remember, there was a play where they brought that up and we talked about it. Like, I've never even seen this before. What is this? But it happened here for the Rangers. So we're thinking in the stands, I had no idea what happened. I couldn't tell. Like, I'm just up there. I knew they scored. I saw the Rangers celebrating. I saw the refs gathering. Did you guys have any idea what happened? I saw it after, but at the time I was like, what happened? Right.
As far as the call?
I saw the net go off.
Yeah, we saw the net.
That was what they were.
Yeah, but we didn't see like the details of the play. I look up there. It's hard to tell, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like you based it off the reaction of the players. Like, you saw all the Rangers get off the bench. You saw Panarin get up immediately and start celebrating. I mean, Panarin saw the net go off. You saw the puck go in. So like, he knows in the back of his head the rule of like, okay, because I think it's the other post didn't go off also.
Right.
So since the puck went into the net and that post was still stuck on the mooring, like, it's clear that like it wouldn't have affected the play either way, which is what Coach Ed was saying, like, while we were waiting.
Yeah.
Mikey's about to say something.
Well, their main point was that it was the defense. It was the defensive team that knocked the goal out, and he was in the act of shooting already. Had he not been shooting the puck and the net was knocked off, then it would have been a no goal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. The puck was already in line to go in.
Right.
On its way in. That's what they said on NHL this morning. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The puck was already on its way in and the net went off. So it would have went in whether the net was on or off.
Right. And it was easy to tell where the net's going to be because that one post was still stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they review and they announce we have a good goal on the ice, and the crowd erupts, dude. Insane. Absolutely insane. Like, 10 seconds in overtime. No time wasted. First shot. Unreal. Just absolutely. What an
I barely even like we like looked up down for a second, looked up, and the game was over. It was great.
Well, the review time I'm sure was very tense.
Oh yeah.
Because it did take like a good like minute, 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the whole place was quiet, but
but those
we had a good goal.
Those are tense, but because the Rangers are the team that scored, I think it was more tense for the Islander fans than us. I mean, we were just so pumped. Like, the worst they could do is it's still 5-5, right? So the Rangers weren't going to lose on the call. So I was tense for sure, but I couldn't really tell what happened. I had no opinion as to whether it should or shouldn't be a goal. I couldn't see anything, you know. I mean, they showed it on the broadcast, but you're in the moment. I wasn't like staring at the scoreboard. and they were in the stadium, you know. So I from my perspective, I was just like, come on, call it a goal, call it a goal. That was it. Like there was no opinion.
Go ahead.
My big question is, Noah Dobson's up there with like assist leaders, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got 51 assists.
So does he get an assist on that one?
Nice.
On a roll tonight,
dude. So the Islanders. Let's talk about
Sean's not around, so he's giving him the digs.
I felt bad. I was giving Sean a lot of, I was teasing him a lot. So I had to show him that I'm an actual nice guy and like be nice to him. So I didn't give him too much.
I like Sean. I almost feel bad for him that they lost like that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Sean went through a lot of work. He got into the game late, just like we did, cleaning up the tailgate a little bit, waiting for everyone to leave our party. So I'm sure it was a rough experience. I can't even imagine. Yeah,
I feel bad. I feel bad. But at the same time, I'm happy for myself. So I'm just saying the Islanders are good.
I get it. I feel the same way.
I think the Islanders, I read this the other day, I think the Islanders have this season as many regulation wins as they have losses in overtime or a shootout. I think they have 14 regulation wins and 14 losses in overtime. I think I saw that, but I could be off.
For a fan.
Getting back to pulling the goalie with all that time left, I think Patrick Roy, when he coached Colorado, kind of started that trend.
Why do you call him Roy?
I don't know. That's the way I always remember them pronouncing it.
It's just Wah. It's just Wah, like with a W. Patrick Wah.
Whatever. I think he started that trend.
Row whatever, you know? He started the trend as the coach of the Avalanche?
I think he did. I can't know. As the coach of Colorado. Yeah, Avalanche. I kind of remember when he was coaching, he would pull the goal with like 5 minutes left if they were down 3 goals or something.
Interesting. Oh, maybe.
Could be wrong, but I think he kind of started that trend.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, anything else on the game? Like, I don't know, guys. Like, it was just an insane experience. Like,
I thought we had a great view of the game from up there. I thought it would be too high at first, but we've experienced sitting down low when you can't even see the game because you're looking through the glass. So yeah. I like those seats. I mean, again, the weather was accommodating, so it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I thought we could have maybe sat a little lower, but I wasn't upset about it at all.
No, I was just happy to be there.
Yeah, for sure. We had a
full it's hard to tell.
The goal song with the 80,000 people, I know you touched on it before, but I was watching some of the videos that we took earlier, and it was just like 60,000 people all at the same time doing the Rangers goal song. That hey, it was just incredible. I can't even imagine being a player, scoring a goal and hearing that, you know, like obviously NFL players experience that all the time with touchdowns and stuff, but for a hockey player to experience that, I'm sure it was insane. Like Zibby's goal to tie it with 30 seconds left or whatever it was. Like, you kidding? Like, that must have been electric.
By the way, that goal that Zibby scored, we precluded on Coach's Corner a couple of weeks ago. That's that hard angle shot.
True. Very true. Head on over to YouTube to check out that video for sure.
For all the 50 that he missed, it was worth that one going in.
Coach had manifested that one.
Well, I learned it from the NHL Network, but that was how he scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shot by Zibby and a clutch goal. Clutch goals. Yeah, I mean, dude, just overall, what an experience. And to buttress, you know, the experience we had on Saturday playing in the rivalry game against Hockey Night in New York, just getting back on the ice for me was awesome. It was a little rusty. You know, I'm sure Coach Ed's going to give it to me. But it was nice to get out there with the boys and play and you know.
What do you want me to give? What do you want me to give?
This is what I want to hear.
Go ahead.
The 5 empty nets that you missed.
How many high danger opportunities did you say you had?
I think I had like 8 high danger chances, at least. At least.
Any in?
No goals. Wow. No goals, Mike. Yeah, I missed the net a few times. I was a little rusty.
We got walloped pretty good.
Yeah, we did, but it was fun getting out there. I had a couple primary apples on Little Ed's hat trick. Shout out to Little Ed with the trick.
You can say I did my part.
Yeah, Little Ed had a hat trick, and he was the only one really playing defense. I tried a little bit to focus on D, and I felt good to be out there. It was fun.
No, it was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
we
it
kept.
was awesome.
I don't even know what the score was. We definitely lost by a lot. But shout out to Hockey Night in New York's goalie. He was unbelievable.
Oh boy. Oof.
Stoned me like 3 times. A couple of them were my fault, but he made some really like that rebound save he made him. He should have went in. I didn't mess that up. I did not mess that up. It was right on my stick. I shot it right away for the far post, and he kicked his leg out. I was like, "Come on, man!" That's when I got mad. That's when I got mad.
Yeah, shout out to Vid over there, Sean and Sean's buddy. I think from college. He played. Sean had a lot of players, so it looks like Rangers Ed's going to have to start recruiting for the next game. So if anyone's out there that wants to give us a hand, we might need a ringer or two for sure.
Maybe
it was a ton of fun.
Maybe Shrimpy could. When Shrimpy's on vacation over here, we got to get him out.
Oh, man, that'd be great. Imagine we show up with Shrimpy.
Or Corso. When's Corso coming up for a visit?
Yeah,
there you go.
What about Rico?
Rico, we need some muscle out there.
We need a stalwart on defense.
Yeah,
I'll tell Corso. Yeah, for sure, he'll play. He was good, man. He was good.
Can you get Dom in between the net?
Oscar can come back. We might.
We needed Oscar.
Yeah, I heard Oscar was good. We could have used him.
Yep.
We forgot all about Mikey's fight review. Nothing?
I was gonna bring it up. What a fight by Rempy, man.
I saw that this morning. I was like, we missed that walking into the stadium.
I saw it on
YouTube. Mike.
I was watching.
I was going crazy. Absolutely. I don't even think they dropped the puck and they went at it. And of course he goes with Matt Martin. I mean, look at the kid is 6'7". I think his reach is like 6'9". His arms, like he just controlled that whole fight, man. And to do it at 21, and he had a blast with it. He got his licks in, and to fight Matt Martin, that's definitely something to hang your hat on, So good for him. He's going to be a great player, I think. Hopefully, we'll see.
So what are you giving him?
He is in the Fight Club.
Whoa!
He's getting an A. He is
A for the fight, and he's in the Fight Club with Revo.
Yeah, he didn't pick on anybody. He didn't pick on anybody. He went right after Matt Martin.
Yep.
You know what? So I read about this. So what actually happened was, everyone, for context, for you fans who don't know, that was Rempy's first game in the NHL, right? And he's brought up as a fourth line guy, big guy, bring a little snarl and a little bit of forechecking. So Matt Martin actually went up to him and said, You want to go? It's your first game. You want to. He like offered it to him as like a veteran move. So
Martin did.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Wow. That's awesome.
So kudos to Matt Martin for giving Rempy the opportunity to showcase that in an outdoor game and do the right thing.
Yeah.
I thought that. Honestly, I don't want to give Martin credit, but he didn't have to do that. It's the beginning of the game. No,
on the ice, I know Coach Ed. I mean, especially me. He's not one of our favorite players, but off the ice and things like that, you always hear stories about him. He's always very involved with charities on Long Island and things like that. So yeah, for sure. Shout out Matt Martin for that.
Yeah, that's a good move by him, a veteran move.
And then get his ass kicked.
Yeah, for a young kid though, he accepts it, and that's great. He's showcased it now. I mean, he's not going to get sent down again, I don't think, after that. Even if he's a 13th forward eventually. Just having the ability to have a kid like that there with that kind of reach and in the playoffs is going to be big, I think. As long as he could, not turn the puck over and just dump it in and forecheck and just play safe.
Him and Edstrom and Goodrow on that fourth line, man.
I like Edstrom a lot. I really like Edstrom. He's good. He's good.
I can't overemphasize enough how when you watch them forecheck, it's like the puck's 10 feet away from them. They just put their stick out.
Yeah. It's
like Keandre on defense. They forecheck and they're on the guy and they're not near him.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of style, Chris Drury has been really drafting guys late in the draft after round 4, big players that are projects. Edstrom's a project. It's taken him years to develop, and he's got to the pros, and he's got the speed with that size. I mean, if he just gets a little physical, he'll be really effective. And Rempy's another one. He was not even, I don't think he was even projected to be drafted. They drafted him like round 6 for his size. That's it, just because he's big. So getting guys like that and you hit on one of them, 2 of them, forget it. You're good. That's it. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I think they're going to roll again with the same lineup Tuesday night. This is Monday. We're recording this. So we've all had a chance to simmer down We talked about it after, like, we should have recorded a reaction in the parking lot after the game, like we did with Lundqvist. We came back to the hotel right after the induction with all our souvenirs in hand and recorded, right, in the Lundqvist one for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So it would have been, I think, a little different. We've all had a day to kind of like, all right, I worked today. Little Ed took a nap, I'm sure, rested a little bit. So we're all kind of calmed down from the weekend. But it was an insane weekend. I had a lot of fun with you guys. Just getting to hang out with you with hockey-related stuff is a lot of fun for me. So what an incredible experience.
Yeah. Wait, speaking of souvenirs, what do you like? How many more like bags are you going home with? Or
well, they
very
sold out on everything. So I mean,
very disappointing.
I got a pin, a program, a mini stick, which I'm gonna check. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again like I did in Chicago. I'm gonna put it in my equipment bag, and then a T-shirt. Little Ed's got the T-shirt on. We got that. They had one patch left. We gave it to Coach. No wool hat.
Program, the mini hockey stick.
No pucks left. Everything's sold. How do you sell out?
It's ridiculous.
People were in there.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
I know, but Mike, you got 80,000 people going. You got to have enough merch for 80,000 people. Anything extra you sell it on?
Coach said they ran out of straws for drinks.
Yep.
I get a Pepsi, and the guy goes, "We got no straws. Is that all right, Mike?"
Yeah,
no, it's like football season ended, so they had nothing in the arena.
Yeah.
Like what?
I overheard someone say they stopped serving like chicken fingers and fries towards the end. They ran out of that.
Wow.
Like what? You're running out of food and whatever. Yeah, wild. MetLife in general, just not impressed. Like the old Garden and like Nassau Coliseum, how narrow those hallways are. Imagine that with just quadruple the amount of people. It was crazy. Getting back to your seat just by going to the bathroom, it was just like the battle. It was just like, I just want to enjoy the game, like you didn't even want to like leave your seat. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to the rest of the season. I think it's going to be a fun one for the Rangers. They're on a nice winning streak here after their slump. It looks like they're, going to finish strong, hopefully, and. We'll see. I'm getting real excited. The trade deadline's around the corner, so we'll see what Drury's going to do. But this weekend was awesome, and what a special thing. I hope they kind of bring this back every few years at least, where they do this. Maybe we play the Devils next time. The Islanders play Flyers or whatever.
You should do it at Central Park.
4 teams in tight quarters like this. There's, it's a great opportunity for the league to really showcase the games like this in a stadium series. So hopefully we get to see it again.
They announced today that UBS Arena is the All-Star Game 2026.
Your boy Potvin actually announced it during the broadcast on Sunday.
No, we did. 2 years from now?
No,
2026.
Oh, so next season. Yeah. So that would be next season.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
No, next year is 2025.
It'd be 25-26. So the All-Star Game will be in 20. No, but it's still next season.
Next season is 24-25, Ed.
Oh.
The season after that is 25.
Maybe I didn't take a long enough nap.
2 years.
Okay.
Looking forward
to next year.
I don't know.
End the episode.
No, I was gonna say I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, we got the trade deadline coming up. So next week, back to regularly scheduled content. We're gonna include this game and the Montreal game in the Stars of the Week, Coach. I'm saying that now, so there's a record of it.
So this way I forget all the goals, and I got.
No, I'll put the stats in the outline for you.
I got to watch all the highlight reels to remember which was the play of the week, and
Oh, there is no All-Star game next year. They're doing the World Cup thing,
right?
That's
the
why.
four nation face-off or whatever.
Yeah.
That's right. So we'll do that, and then we got the 150, Mikey. We're gonna put that on exclusively on YouTube, right? So go check out Mikey P and his 150 if you want an update of what's been going on around the league. So pop that up on YouTube, and I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow night. Ready to go, man. This has been a fun.
I got one other question for Mikey on TV. Were those Islander penalties at the end of the game really penalties? How'd they look?
Yeah, I would say so.
Legitimate?
One was a stick in the skate on a trip, so that's definitely a penalty.
Yeah.
I saw the highlight of the other hook. It was a little weak. It was a penalty, but I mean,
it's a penalty.
If it was a 3-3 game, it would have been a
playoffs.
Bad call, right?
Playoffs, maybe not, but that was a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty, but the trip was definitely a penalty. You can't not call it. His stick gets caught in the skate and he falls. I mean, that's it. Like, but I thought the hook was a little weak. No, it's all good. But all right. Anything else, boys?
I think that's it.
Anything we miss?
No, it was a blast. I mean, just quick recap. We had the rivalry game Saturday night. A lot of fun. Tailgate, full experience. Our first Rangers Ed sponsored or whatever organized tailgate. Very much a success. Can't complain about a thing. We learned a lot. We did a lot. And we had a ton of fun. So thank you all to the fans who are coming out. Sorry we couldn't shout everyone out individually, but you all know who you are. We all had a chance to meet you guys finally, take some pictures and hang out and get to know you guys other than just through Instagram. And that was a lot of fun. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I echo that. Ditto.
Yeah.
Way to go, fans. Way to go, boys. Great job.
Yep. And real quick, Coach Ed and I are actually heading over to the Double B Defense podcast to share our experience. So check those girls out as well. And we'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy, boys.
Love
Good
you
job,
guys.
fellas. Good night. Love you guys.
What a weekend.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.